cansé de rogarle, me cansé de decirle que yo sin ella de pena muero. Ya no quiso escucharme, si sus labios se abrieron fue para decirme ya no te quiero. Yo sentí que mi vida se perdía en un abismo profundo y negro como mi suerte. Quise hallar el olvido al estilo calipso, pero aquellos mariachis y aquel tequila me hicieron llorar. Cansé de rogarle, con el llanto en los ojos, alcé mi copa, brindé por ella. No podía despreciarme, era el último brindis de un bohemio por una reina. Los mariachis callaron, de mi mano sin fuerza cayó mi copa sin darme cuenta. Ella quiso quedarse cuando vio mi tristeza, pero ya estaba escrito que aquella noche perdiera su amor. Gracias. Mariachi Chief Snow, Mariachi Quinto Soul.
Muchas gracias, Chief South Mariachi and Mariachi Quinto Sol, and of course, Mr. Morales and Mr. Zeichner. That was fantastic. And remember, everyone, if you're interested in learning how to play mariachi music, see Mr. Morales or Mr. Zeichner sooner, not later.
To continue with our celebration of Mexican culture, we next bring you the Proyecto Folkloric dancers, Blanca Olivera, Angelica Solis, Catherine Lopez, and Maria Garcia, who will perform El Baile de la Piña, a dance from the state of Oaxaca. Please let's welcome folkloric dancers.
remember the heroes of the past who fought so valiantly to hold back the French in Puebla. This was after winning the War of Independence against Spain. But we also like to think of many Latinos in other countries, as well as those in this country, and right here in our own community. To share with you just a sampling of many contributions by Latinos who have dedicated themselves to La Raza, Sylvia Avila has prepared a presentation. Let's give it up for Sylvia Avila.
Good morning, Chief Sealth, students, and staff. My name is Sylvia Avila Contreras, and I would like to share with you some information about some Latinos that have played distinct roles in history. I would like to start by recognizing some Latinos that are seen in our local community. Roberto Maestas, former Executive Director of El Centro de la Raza. Originally from New Mexico and raised by his grandparents, Roberto Maestas faced many difficulties when he was young, such as getting thrown out of his elementary school for simply speaking Spanish. He also spent part of his life as a migrant worker in the fields of Colorado, Kansas, and Wyoming, and then later settled in Washington in the 1950s. He became a Spanish teacher at Franklin High School, and then he attended the University of Washington, where he got involved with Chicano student activism. Then in 1972, Maestas, along with others, occupied an abandoned school building on Beacon Hill, which they turned into a Centro de la Raza. He served as executive director until his death in 2010. Jose Banda, superintendent of Seattle Public Schools. Mr. Banda received his degrees from California State University, Bakersfield, and Chapman University. He has spent more than 30 years in multiple roles in school administration in California. There he focused on instruction in the classroom and assessments. This is Mr. Banda's first year as our superintendent. Stephen Gonzalez, Washington State Supreme Court Justice. Justice Stephen Gonzalez is the first Mexican American to serve for the Washington State Supreme Court since it was established in 1889. Mr. Gonzalez has had a large trail of studies. He has attended Pitzer College, University of California, Berkeley School of Law, and Gonzaga University. He also had the opportunity to study in Japan and China. He was a King County judge for 10 years. He also served on the board of directors of El Centro de la Raza, as well as volunteering as a lawyer for the Northwest Immigrants' Rights Project. Estela Ortega, Executive Director of El Centro de la Raza. Estela Ortega was born in Houston, Texas. In the 1970s, she became part of Seattle's Chicano movement. Estela was one of the founders of El Centro de la Raza in 1972. She is the widow of Roberto Maestas and is now the executive director for El Centro de la Raza. Guadalupe Barnes, assistant principal of Chief Sealth High School. Ms. Barnes was born in La Mesa, New Mexico, and has received many different degrees from different institutions such as New Mexico State University, University of New Mexico, Universidad Autónoma de Guadalajara, Yale, and Seattle University. Throughout her life, Ms. Barnes has faced many distinct challenges, but one that stands out the most is that because she was a Hispanic woman, she has had to prove herself. She has had to prove herself to others that she is capable of accomplishing what she has accomplished and more. Those are only a few of the Latinos that have helped the Latino community grow. Next, I would like to talk about the Latinos that have played important roles outside of our community. Cesar Chavez, union organizer and labor leader. Cesar Chavez was born in Arizona to a family of farm workers. He was a labor leader who formed the National Farm Workers Association in the 1950s. This later became the United Farm Workers. Chavez led marches, boycotts, and went on hunger strikes to stand up for what he believed was right: equality and justice for farm workers. He passed in 1993 and is remembered for his dedication and sacrifice for the good of all farm workers. Sonia Sotomayor, U.S. Supreme Court Justice. Sonia Sotomayor was born in 1952 in the Bronx, New York. Through inspiration from watching Perry Mason on TV, she decided to become a lawyer. Sonia faced many different personal struggles, including the passing of her father when she was very young. Nevertheless, with the support of her mother, she persevered and studied at Princeton University and Yale University. She is the first Latina in U.S. history to serve as a justice in the Supreme Court. George Lopez. Born in Mission Hills, California, and being raised by his grandmother, George Lopez did not have a very nourishing childhood. But instead of dwelling on his hardships, Lopez used them for his career as a comedian. Lopez is seen as being one of the most iconic Chicanos in America today for his success. Sandra Cisneros, author. Sandra Cisneros was born in Chicago, Illinois in 1954. Besides her passion for writing, Cisneros was also a teacher and counselor for high school student dropouts. She is known the most for her best-selling book, The House on Mango Street. She has received many different awards for her writing, including the MacArthur Foundation Fellowship. Julia Alvarez. Julia Alvarez is a